I know you fail math because you can't even put two and two together.
Nah, I'm just playing. But on a serious note, now that I have y'all's attention, let's talk about how important it is to do a little bit of math when you are sewing. Now, there are several reasons why you might need to do math when sewing, but what I'm going to focus on today is how to figure out how much fabric you need for your garment, especially if you're doing something like a circle train. If you look at these two dresses made by me, both of these trains are full. One's obviously bigger than the other one. So if you want to make a train like this, simple. Use my mermaid gown pattern, 4 yards of fabric, you're good. If you want to make a much bigger train like this, then you're going to have to do the circle bottom method, which means you're going to have a seam at the knee and the bottom of the skirt is going to be one ginormous circle, whereas on this method, it is one continuous piece from the waist to the ground, and then you have godets in the side to add that circular fullness. When you get ready to cut a circle train, you're either going to be doing your own math or you can use one of my circle skirt templates. I'm actually going to be cutting a train today using the 41-inch template, and I'm going to show you guys the method I use to figure out how much fabric I needed for my train. Let's use this piece of paper, for example, and pretend it's our fabric. This is the width of the fabric, which is how wide the fabric itself is. Typically, you're going to get anywhere between 54 to 60 inches. Let's just say 56 to be on the safe side. Just depends on the kind of fabric. And then this is the yardage that you're going to buy. This is when you tell them, like, I want X amount of yards of fabric. So when you cut your circle train, you're going to be folding your fabric over into fours, and you're going to cut on the double fold. So you would place your circle template here, and then you would cut that out, and then of course your big circle you're going to cut out also. So once you cut everything out, you're going to end up with two really big half circles. Okay, so we know that the circle skirt template that I'm using, I already know that it's 5.75 inches wide. So I'm automatically losing that in my yardage. And then my bride, she wants her train to be 45 inches wide, or 45 inches long, I should say. So it's going to be 45 on each side. You might want to add like a couple inches for seam allowance at the bottom or whatever. So 45 inches here, 45 inches here, 45 inches here. So what you're going to do is you're going to add up these four numbers. So on one side is 45 inches, the other side is 45 inches, that's 90 inches. And then you know your circle template, once it's doubled, it's gonna be 11.5 inches. So you're gonna do 90 plus 11.5, and that's gonna give you 101.5. And then you're going to double that because, of course, you have two identical half circles. So 101.5 times 2 is 203. And then you're going to take that 203 and divide it by 36 to get the amount of yardage that you need. Gives you 5.638, and you're going to round it up to 5.75 yards. To summarize what we just did to get the yardage for our desired train, you're going to first find your circle template size or the radius of your center hole. For this one in particular, it was 5.75 inches. You're going to then add your train length. For me, it was 45 inches. So 5.75 plus 45. And then once you have that number, you're going to multiply it by 4. Because remember, you have two identical half circles. So circle template size, train length, times 2 times 4, because you got two identical half circles. So circle template size at the train length, multiply by 4, and then at the last step, you're going to divide by 36, which is going to tell you the number of yards that you need. Please stop wasting money on fabric and do a little bit of math before you go to the fabric store.